Okay, class, today we are going to talk about how we measure in yards, feet, and inches. So at the top of the sheet it says, memorize this. There are 12 inches in a foot. There are 3 feet in a yard. There are 36 inches in a yard. So let's look at this table at the top. So we have 1 yard, which is equal to 3 feet, which is equal to 36 inches. Okay, now we go over to the right and we have 2 yards. Okay, well, 2 yards is going to be equal to how many feet? So I'm going to have to multiply the number of feet, which is 3 feet, times 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. So this is going to be equal to 6 feet. Trying to write that as best as I can. Okay, and they already gave me the answer for inches because I'm going to also multiply the number of inches times 2, which is 36 times 2, which would equal 72 inches. Okay, now we can move on to 3 yards. So 3 yards is going to be equal to how many feet? Well, I have to multiply my original number of feet, which was 3, times 3 this time. Last time I did it times 2. This time I'm going to multiply times 3. So 3 times 3 equals 9 feet. There we go, 9 feet. Okay, and they gave me the number of inches again, which is multiplying 36 times 3, which is 108 inches. Okay, so now they gave me the yards. I have 4 yards. If I were trying to figure out the number of feet, I would multiply 3 feet times 4 yards. That's 12 feet. They already gave me that. But now I need to figure out how many inches there are. So I can either add 36 to the 108 inches I had last time, or I could multiply 36 inches times 4, and that would give me 144 inches. Okay, and then last we have 5 yards. So 5 times 3 feet is going to equal 15 feet. Okay, and then 36 inches times 5 is going to equal 180 inches. Okay, now I'm ready to fill out the bottom. So we're trying to find the equivalency of yards, feet, and inches. And now that I did my table, it should be easier to figure out. So I don't know how many yards it is, but it tells me there are 6 feet, and I don't know how many inches. So if I go up to my table where I put 6 feet, I see that there were 2 yards. So I'm going to put 2. And then there were also 72 inches. So I know that 2 yards is equal to 6 feet, and that's equal to 72 inches. Okay, the next one says I have 4 yards. So I'm looking at my table where it says 4 yards. How many feet was that? That was 12 feet. So I have 12 feet, and that was also 144 inches. Okay? All right, next I have 180 of something, I don't know, and 5 of something, and blank feet. So when I look at my chart, the only thing I see I had 180 of was inches. So 180 inches, and that was equal to 5 yards. And then that was also equal to 15 feet. Okay, so now I have 3 of something is equal to 1 of something and 36 of something. So when I look in my table, I'm looking for 3, 1, and 36 to all be in the same column. And I see that in my very first column. I see that 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, which is equal to 36 inches. Okay, now for number 5, I have 9 feet, Oh, I see that on my chart. And that was equal to 108 inches and 3 yards. Okay, and then they have like a little bonus one at the bottom. We didn't fill this out in the chart. That's why it's a bonus. So they're trying to figure out how many feet is in 6 yards. So remember, we have to multiply the number of yards times 3, because there's always 3 feet for every yard. So I have to figure out what's 6 times 3. Okay, so that's 18, right? So that's 18 feet. And then I have to multiply the number of inches in a yard, which is 36 times 6. And that would give me 216. All right, so this is why it's so important that we have our multiplication down, right? Because we have to do a lot of multiplication to even do this measurement. All right, you guys keep working hard and practicing your measurement, and I'll see you soon.